Mounting from the business sector for a state of emergency. This as the death toll rises, currently at 72. Now we're checking out the security situation around the country this morning. Back to Vosloorus now. Several people there were arrested just yesterday, and it seems more overnight violence occurred, including one person found dead this very morning. eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is at the Chris Hani Mall this morning, tracking developments for us. Colleague, what do you have?
Well, the looting is still continuing brazenly, with about 100 community members out in the early hours of the morning to finish off what was happening in the course of the night, where the shops here, this butchery store is just one of the shops that have been completely ransacked by the looters here. Behind this building here lays a person that has passed away, we assume, in that stampede that was happening overnight. You remember we were covering this in the early hours of yesterday, where there seemed to be a lot of police enforcement on the ground. Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni Metro Police, South African Police Service, as well as private security, trying to handle the situation, arresting about 150 people here. But eventually they were overpowered by the community, and a lot of the shops here have been ransacked. Now, the manager of this Roots Butchery that you see here is Mike de Freitas, 45-year-old. I just want to have a quick word with him. Mike, thank you for joining us at eNCA, but just your sentiments as you see what's going on in not only your shop but around this mall here and the community at this moment, still continuing with the looting.
Yeah, it's unfair. Like, I mean, where are we going from here? I mean, you know, you spend your life building up things for the people here to give them work. Unemployment rate is really high in the country. Poverty is a problem. It's even going to go worse, out of hand. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Do you want to invest in the chance of again? We don't know. You know, it puts you all on negative, unnecessary.
Yeah, and you talk about the livelihoods, the jobs. What are you going to do from here? Do you have an idea what
we don't know.
The next step?
I don't know. Well, next step, I don't know what to do anymore. We don't know. I mean, we don't even think of reopening the store again. Because, you know, what's the chance of reopening and getting looted again? You know, the investment does not pay going forward.
There are no police here, hardly any police. Were you here yesterday as this was
Yesterday morning
going?
I was here. Yesterday morning at the same time I was here. The shop was still in good condition. There was a little bit of stock. There was a little bit of police. But I believe last night the police, before we changed shift, the looters came in and they just finished taking what they could.
Is there anything that you've salvaged?
No, nothing. Nothing. We can't. There's nothing to salvage here. As you can see, the condition of the store, it's gone, finished. There's nothing we can do. Nothing.
Mike de Freitas is the manager of Roots Butchery here, saying that the possibility of him setting up shop again here is almost nil, as he fears that the very lootings that we've been seeing for the last number of days will be continuing. Police are here in the van now, as you can see, still brazenly continuing with the looting. Some of the community members there and the police watching at this stage. We saw yesterday even some of the EMPD police vans, windows shattered as the community came out essentially in their thousands here, surrounding the entire mall. And eventually we had to pull out ourselves because we saw the situation was too volatile. This very area here, some 150 people lay here as the police kept on bringing in trucks, filling them in those trucks and taking them away. But the looters came out in their numbers, as you can see. They're still finishing off now what little is left of the Chris Hani Mall. Police just watching on as they continue. You see that they vary in terms of their age, from the elderly, senior citizens that you'd expect to be behave more appropriately, continuing brazenly. Mama, yinto oluyenzayo?
Ngiyatopa.
Utopa ini? Engibahleze uzithengile mama?
No, ngistopile. Stopa lapha la.
I-right le nto uyenzayo mama?
Ayikho right.
Uyenzela ntoni mama?
Hayi ngoba bengithi sebeqedile ukumosha nami ngiyatopa.
Umama ongaka kodwa mama umphakathi uduma athina abantwana bafunde ntoni kuni?
Ngithani ngiyekile.
One of the sad situations. As they continue, Tumelo, brazenly, as you can see.
All right, Aviwe, this is where we'll leave our conversation with those visuals coming in. We can see, of course, it's still continuing, and I suppose it's still probably going to go like this for a majority of the day. I mean, just as you were speaking to the managers outside of one of their shops, I suppose that's the same, feeling they're having, that, what, the damage has already been done. There isn't much we can do. There isn't much, support or enforcement of authority from law enforcement agencies, at least. So now it's just about recovery and seeing where the next steps are, because the damage has already been done. We leave it there.